everyone, this is Eileen from Eileen Stuffs, and today we are going to be doing the second part of my 6-month update. I meant to film this at the end of June, but if you know, I got COVID from the end of June to the beginning of July, so it did set me back, but I wanted to get this out before it just becomes irrelevant. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. So I'm going to do this video in 3 parts. I decided just to focus on my credit card debt and my medical debt because those are the 2 debts that I've actively been paying off the past several months. I haven't even touched my student loans and interest has not been accruing. That doesn't seem like there's been any difference in that, and I just decided to focus on these 2 and see what difference has it made in the debt that I've actually been paying on. So I hope that makes sense. We're going to look at the credit card debt, the medical debt. We will follow that up by looking at my savings challenges, see how much I've saved, and see if I'm really reaching my goal at this point, because we have about 5 months left until the end of the year. And then we will finish up by reviewing the goals that I had set for myself in January and see where I'm at with my goals and if I need to redo them, which I think at this point I already know I probably will have to redo them. That's okay. First, we're going to get started with the debt. I did already have everything typed up and I printed it out this time, so hopefully it's easy to read. We're going to start with credit cards. And as I had said in my first debt confessions video, which I'll link the debt confessions video below, so you can see the original numbers and you could see what my total debt was with the student loan payment that's in there. And I had said in that video, I coded my credit cards because I wanted to leave the credit cards out just for privacy's sake. For the debt, I'm going by the original, which is the date I posted the first video on February 13th. And I think these numbers had been for that couple weeks before. And I'm doing now, which is, you're going to see this tomorrow, Sunday the 31st, but it is Saturday night the 30th. And I'm filming this now and to get it up for tomorrow morning. So these numbers are up to date as of Saturday night. Our first credit card number 1, that started at $934.39 and it's now up to $954.95. So there's actually $20.56 more on it. I really don't know why. I think I might have used this credit card a few times for work purchases. And I used the card because I get cash back. But I've pretty much stopped using this card now. I got a little bummed to see that it went up. It didn't go up too much, but I've only been paying the minimum. So once you account for the interest, it kind of cuts the minimum payment in half. This one was no good. My second credit card was looking a little better. This is my card with the highest amount. It had $6,798.42. It is now down to $6,243.77. And again, considering that each monthly payment I make, the interest also kind of adds back something, I still managed to make a chunk and pay off about $554.65 towards this credit card. So I was so happy to see that I made that much of a difference. And this is the card that last month I decided to make double payments on to get that monthly payment down. And so I'm hoping this will continue to go down for the second part of the year. But that was pretty great. My third credit card, and this one is in the red, unfortunately. This card had $3,202.83. It now has $3,676.01. So I've actually added $473.18. And I was kind of shocked to see this, but I remembered why. If you recall in March when I drove to Florida, when I drove home, my mom had actually bought me $400 of Visa gift cards to pay for the hotels on the way home, and the hotels would not take them. And since I had only budgeted the hotels one way because I knew my mom was going to help me, ended up using this credit card to pay for the hotels. I think that's mostly where this is coming from. It was just the hotels on the way back. And kind of like this one, I was really bummed to see that, but I'm going to try not to get too down on myself because I needed I needed to sleep. So, it kind of is what it is. And I don't want to get too disappointed because I don't want to lose sight of what I'm doing here. We're just going to move on. So the next credit card is $2,475.11. And I believe I talked about some of these cards So this card had money on it for fertility treatments, and I believe this card also had money on it from fertility treatments. So did this card. So that was one of the reasons why these cards were so much. But it is now down to $2,305.91. So I have paid about $169.20. And really, if I'm looking from February to July, it's only about 5 months. So in 5 months, I've managed to pay $169.20 on this one and $554.65 on that one. Now, this credit card is all medical, all fertility treatment, but you know, we got to move on. Then my credit card number 5 did have a total of $2,088.59. It now has $2,168.84. So I have added $80.25. And I remember saying in one video that I had easy pays and they were going to go up because I realized they were still going on a credit card, and so I moved them. So this is that credit card that I had like these leftover easy pays from Christmas time that were kind of just throwing $10, $15, $20 each month. And then once I was like, oh, I totally forgot about that, I had moved all those to my debit card. So now I'm paying cash for them. But that is why it went up a little. There was a few months before I actually made that switch from my credit to my debit card. So that's okay. I'm going to keep trucking with this one. Those are the only 3 that have went up. Then we have my credit card number 6. This card is $954.44. This is the one I started doing a snowball on and was doing an extra $78. I only did it 3 times though, and then I decided to work on this one. But it did make it made a chunk because I was really paying only $30 a month on this card. The 5 months, it's now down to $712.62. And I have managed to pay off $241.82. So that's great. I mean, isn't that almost like a quarter of the debt? So I'm really happy to see that. And then my last credit card was at $55.62. I had paid that one off. It's now down to 0. So on that one, I paid off the total $55.62. All right, so now we're going to look at the totals. Where was I in February? Where am I now in July? And what's the difference? This is good news. So when I saw these 3, I'm not going to lie, I started getting kind of sad when I was doing this. And then I just decided that it's okay for me to feel sad about it, but the important thing is that it's just breaking those habits. It's stopping the reaching for the credit cards and really budgeting for what I need. And if I don't have it, then I just have to wait for next time. And that's really become so much more of a focus for me in the past month and a half, is just going like really hardcore with getting this debt down and really making sure that I don't give in. I don't want to make excuses for myself, but I feel like I did about 80% good and then 20% not good on the credit cards. But the totals are looking good. So for the total, I start in February, it was $16,509.40. And now, it's so funny, for some reason I forgot like the commas on. Now it is at $16,062.86. So overall, in the past like 5-ish months, I've managed to pay, with the pluses and the minuses taking into account, I still have managed to wipe away $446.51 off of my total debt. So I'm happy to see that even though there was some that added, overall I still have a decrease. And overall I'm happy, and I'm just going to keep trucking. Our next part is our medical. Medical looks great. I had 2 big medical bills. One was the emergency room visit when I had my miscarriage, and the second one was a follow-up visit after the miscarriage. So the first one was the hospital bill. This was strictly when I had to go to the emergency room. My hospital bill was at $1,861.91. And now, you guys, in the past 5 months, I have managed to knock that down. I now owe $744.71. So I've managed to pay off $1,117.20 towards this bill in the past 5 months. That is such a huge difference. I put this on a payment plan. So you guys see on my 15th budgeting every month, almost $200 has been coming out for this bill. But I see that it has made a huge difference. So I've paid more than 50% at this point, and I'm down to $744.71. So I should have this paid off in the next 4 months, I think. So that was fantastic to see. That just made me feel so much better after feeling kind of bad about these 3. This really just made me feel like I am really actually getting somewhere and that things are really looking up little by little. And then I had my doctor follow-up. So my original doctor follow-up was $127.98, and now it's down to $93.91. But I did make a note that there's other bills that were merged into it because, so this was in September, and then in December, I got really sick. I had to go to urgent care. I had to go to the doctor twice. I had to go to the ear, nose, throat doctor. They did I think I had like multiple throat cultures. I had to get blood work. So I ended up with like hundreds of dollars of bills that they actually tacked on because this is all the same medical system. So they tacked on all those bills into the monthly payment plan. And so this had jumped up from just this bill to I think over 400 and something at one point in January. But now it's all down to $93.91. And so I think at this point, it's safe to say that I've actually pretty much paid this off. And this is just left over from when I got sick. Like, again, the throat, whatever was going on. I still don't know what it was. But so it looks like I've only paid a difference of $34.07. But what isn't factored in is those other bills, which I didn't factor in here because I just, I looked at the bills trying to figure out what it was, and it got too complicated, and I just figured I'd just kind of leave it. I hope that's not too confusing, and I wish I had the other numbers, but I don't. Sorry, guys. We're going to look at our totals. So the total for medical in February was $1,989.89 in debt. I am now down to $838.62 in debt. Total, I have paid $1,151.27 towards my medical debt. Stoked. That's awesome. I wanted to do this last part with you, which was going to be just to add up the totals and see the total that I have actually paid to this debt. I was thinking about how great this medical thing was and how I actually feel like a little bit of weight lifted off of my shoulder doing this, because that's just such a huge chunk that I've paid off for the medical part. It makes me so happy, especially because soon these monthly payments will be gone and I won't have to worry about them, and I can really focus on the credit card, and student loans are about to start again. If I ever, for some weird reason, come into large sums of money, I think one of the first things I would do is set up a fund for women that go through miscarriages that end up to help them pay for their hospital bills, because the whole experience was bad enough, but then to have to be reminded of it every month when you have to pay for this bill, it's too much. If ever I come into money, the first thing I'm going to do is set up some fund that women can apply for and just have their medical bill paid so they don't have to be reminded every month of the horrible thing that occurred. Because that's something that I've been going through, and it hurts, really. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get our grand totals together and see what I've actually managed to do. So in February, I had $16,509.40 in credit and $1,989.89 in medical debt. So the total debt between these two was at $18,499.29. Now my debt credit is $16,062.86 plus my medical debt is now $838.62, which brings me to $16,901.48. The difference of what I have paid off is we have I feel like I'm kind of covering the paper. Total was at $18,499.29 minus the $16,901.48. The total amount that I have paid off in the past 5 months is $1,597.81 towards my credit and medical debt. That's awesome. Of course, bearing in mind my student loans are like at $190,000 something, but like I said, we're not even going there with this. As far as the debt that I've actively have been paying off in 5 months, I have managed to knock it down by $1,597.81. Like I said, even with some mishaps, that is overall a win. I'm just feeling good. It is progress and I'm gonna take it. So the next time we'll look at this is at the end of the year. We have made a difference. We have been able to pay most of our stuff down, and there's a significant difference in the overall credit and medical debt, especially medical. Well, all right, we're looking good, and here's hoping that by December, this looks even better. Now, let's switch to something fun. The next thing I wanted to do is count what I have in my savings challenges so far, because I just want to see where I'm at with them and get an idea of what I might have to do to finish them by December. And I just thought it'd be like a good reward after this, which was kind of, it was kind of a little hard. Go ahead and grab my savings challenges. And I know that I am not anywhere near the goal that I need to be with the 100 envelope challenge to make this by December. I don't know if I'll be able to do it at this point. I mean, I am working more than I was, but I just don't know. We're going to start with the $1,000 challenge. And I actually have little sticky notes I was going to put in to write down the halfway point. It's just supposed to be $1,000. Technically, at this point, I would probably want to see about 500. I'm nowhere near that, you guys. I actually have 100, 50, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. So I've only managed to save $179 for my 1,000 envelope challenge. Let me just write the date real quick. So right now it's the 30th, which means I still need $821 by December to make this challenge. We're about to go into August. That would be about $164.20 a month. If I can save $164.20 a month for the next 5 months, I will reach this goal. Which, if I divide it again by my paychecks, it's about $82.10 a paycheck, which actually does seem doable. It would just mean stuffing less in my sinking funds, or like I said, working a little more, and that would just mean having more money, which means I could throw $82 or $83 each paycheck towards savings challenges. I guess that is to say that all hope really isn't lost. That might be doable, 82.10. I mean, the 10 kind of throws me off. So we'll just say 83 a paycheck. That might be doable. We'll see. The only downfall is I know my student loans are starting, but okay. Okay, the next one is our envelope challenge. These are the ones I have stuffed so far. So we're just going to go through and add them up, see what it comes out to. And again, at this point, I should have like this is like $5,050. So at this point, I should have over $2,000, and I don't. But let's see what I do have. So I have 42. I don't know how to do this. Let's see. Plus 21. Okay. Plus 1. Plus 2. Plus 3. Plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, it's kind of silly, 12, 13, plus 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The total I have saved from my 100 envelope challenge is only $273. Yeah, okay. I think we need to rethink this here. So again, I'm pretty sure this is $5,050. I've saved $273, which means I still need $4,777. We have 5 months, so that would be a savings of $955.40 a month, or it would be $477.70 a paycheck. And I know right now that I am not going to be able to do that. It's just not possible. So I would love to get your guys' feedback on this. I've had a couple thoughts. My one thought is, someone had commented before, it might be like good to restuff. So to restuff the smaller numbers and fill up some of the bigger numbers, and then free up the smaller numbers to fill in again, since these are a little bit easier to fill than the larger numbers. So one idea would be, should I unstuff these, move these to the bigger numbers, and then free these smaller ones up to start trying to get some more money in? That would be the first idea. The second idea would be to forget about this one and throw this money into this, and then just really focus on this as my main challenge. And then I also have the $5 and $1 challenge. That would be like option B. The third option would just be to just do what I can. And if I don't make it at the end of the year, I don't make it at the end of the year. But at least just, this is my first year doing this. It's my first time doing it. I am still relatively new to budgeting and cash stuffing. I'm still in that learning and growing phase. And guys, I just realized that my camera was wiggling. It's because it's like sitting on top of these lamps. So I really apologize if it just got really wobbly. I am so sorry about that. Third option is just to keep going as is and just see what I can do, and know that I might not reach my goals, but I'll just keep going. I would love to hear in your comments, like, what do you guys think? I'm actually down to see, like, if you guys have ideas, it'd be kind of fun to like implement your ideas. Whoops. It would be fun to implement like a majority thought one thing. And I think at this point, I'm not going to be sad. It's been like an experiment, and I guess it is what it is. The hope will be next year I won't have so much debt to pay, which means I'll have way more money to throw towards savings. But really, I mean, right now, paying off debt really is more important to me. But yeah, so please, 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 if you have any thoughts about that, comment below. I would love to hear what option you guys think I should go for, and then I'm gonna go for it. Whatever kind of gets like the most votes, I will just go for that. All right, one more thing. I forgot to put that. The brain fog lingers a little. I feel like it gets better like little by little, but I'm still kind of doing silly things. The last thing we're going to do is review the goals I had made at the beginning of the year and see how close I am to achieving them. But I already know that I don't think I'm that close. Okay, I wrote those in here. My gosh, I really need to get a ring light, because this lamp thing, even though it works good lighting wise, ring light, I can't put it up any higher. So it's like resting on top of them. And it's just like a domino effect. Like this table gets moved, they get moved, and that gets moved. I'm just praying that it's not too bad when I edit this video, because I wouldn't even know how to fix it. All right, goals. The first goal I had made was I was going to decrease my credit debt by 50% by December 2022. So I can clearly see I've barely did 10% at this point, right? I mean, wouldn't 10% be like 1,600? Truth is, I am not going to reach the 50% goal. I think I'm going to switch this and put 15% by the end of the year. My next goal was to have a $1,000 emergency buffer in my checking by August 2022. And no, I do not have that. So I'm going to just switch this to December. My emergency envelope is over $100 at this point, and I also have a couple hundred in my savings account. So I think I'm close to like 300. We'll see. Maybe I could stuff some more. I don't know. So we'll see what I can do by December, but August is not going to happen. Then I also wanted to have $3,000 in my emergency sinking fund by December. That's not going to happen. So this would have been $1,000 for my online and then $3,000 in my envelope. I know that's not going to happen. I'm just going to take this one off my plate and then really focus on just getting a $1,000 emergency fund. So if you ever listen to Dave Ramsey, I listened to Dave Ramsey's podcast a lot during the pandemic. It's really what started me seriously thinking about paying off my own debt and really getting ahead. And he does advocate for doing the $1,000 emergency fund first before you even try to tackle a debt snowball or even think about doing sinking funds. I'm not really doing that, but I think I'd like to start, like with this using my credit card for the hotels, because my gift cards wouldn't work if I would have had the emergency fund, and then I would have been able to use that because I was on the road. Anyway, I am going to focus solely on trying to get that $1,000 emergency buffer, period. So I'm not even going to try to do an extra 3,000. We're just going to see if we can get this done. That will come at the cost of not stuffing as much in my sinking funds, but that is okay. The last one I had was to say have $1,000 buffer in my business checking account by September. I do have about 800 right now. However, estimated taxes are going to take it away. And I actually got an extension on my taxes because we were going through the divorce. Wasn't really sure if we were going to do our taxes together, do them separate, and then through the divorce, we actually have to pay them together. So I did an extension on my tax return, and I don't know if I'm going to owe anything. So I do have an $800 thing, but that might disappear. So this is like possibly I'm reaching it, but not. I am going to change this to December. And I think instead of 1,000, I'm going to go for 500. So again, just try to take the pressure off myself a little. Knocking these 4 to 3 and then focusing on more realistic numbers might help me a little. Okay, you guys, so moving forward, my goal is mainly to focus on paying off the debt, trying to build a $1,000 emergency fund, seeing what to do about the savings challenges, but really the focus is going to be on paying off debt, trying to get those numbers down, getting rid of the medical for good by the end of the year, and trying to work on these goals. I hope that this was enjoyable. I continue to thank you guys for your support and your great comments and words. All of that is so helpful. I feel like I'm here now, even making this little progress that I have made because of you guys, because I really think if I wasn't doing the YouTube channel, I didn't commit to having these videos twice a week, and I didn't commit to the audience that has, slowly but surely is growing, I honestly don't know if I would still be doing this. I think I'd still be budgeting, but I feel this just gives me that extra something to keep me going, and that just speaks to what the support from you guys is doing for me. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.